Hello everyone, hope all is good. In today's video, we will be talking about routes in Laravel. So I have mentioned routes previously and explained it a little bit, but today it will be the first part of routes because it's a somehow big topic. So we will cover most of it today, or the most important part today. So without further ado, let's go to routes. As you can see, I'm inside my application. And here, as you can see, there is a folder called routes, and inside of this folder there are some files. The first one is API. This one can be used when we create API. Most of the cases, if our front end separated from our back end, so as an example, if we are using for the front end React or Angular or whatever, then we are going to use API. Or if we are just building back end for a mobile application, then we are going to use API. Then we have a channels.php, which is for the broadcasting, chat and stuff like this, called broadcasting. So this is an advanced topic. It might be covered later on. And console, remember when we used artisan? So this one is for the artisan. And most of the time, 90% or even 99% of our course will be we will be working inside web.php. So inside web.php, lately or in the last few videos, we mentioned this, the route that is responsible for returning the home page. So what is route exactly? At the beginning, guys, route is just imagine you are going to a website and you are calling the, let's say, about us page or a product page. That is URL, okay? So when you call that URL, there is something inside your Laravel application is responsible to match your request, your URL request, with an action inside Laravel. So how Laravel knows that it should bring you this page or bring you this product or whatever, it uses something called route. So route, it matches the action taken by the user with URL. So in this case, as you can see, we have route. We start with this facade, and any facade you are using, it should be imported. Okay, so without this, it's imported up there. This is the way to import stuff inside Laravel. So we are using the route facade, and then it's a class. You can name it a class. Then we have a method here. Okay, so colon method. This method is get in this case. We have more than one method. We have get, we have batch, we have delete, we have also post, and we have those 5 methods. But now let's talk about get. So in this case, as I said, we have, let me just do this. So we have URL, sorry. We have URL, and with this URL, also we have in the route action. So if we just hover the mouse here, let's hover the mouse here. Okay, as you can see, we have public static function, which is a function, and the method get. That method get, it takes 2 parameters. The first one is URI, which is the URL. The second one, which is the action, and we will talk about the action now and also later on. So the first part, which is this one, the URL, you tell your route when the user hit this URL, what should happen? And you name what should happen here. So I'm telling my application, when a user go to the home page, which is the domain name, as example, if your domain is yourname.com, or in our case, let's go to our domain. So in our case, it's realestate.test. This is our domain. This is our root page. Our root page is simply this one, the slash. So I'm telling Laravel, if the user hit this page, just return a view called welcome. And we talked quickly about the views. We said the views is the part of our application that's responsible of the representation of our code. So it's the front end, HTML, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So if we go to resources, views, this is the welcome blade. Okay, so I'm telling this is the welcome blade. Let me go back to the web. So I'm telling my application, if the user hit this link here, the root page, please return a view called welcome. So in the action, we can use either an array. That array contains controller and method, but we don't know what controller is yet, and we don't know anything about it. So I'm not going to talk about it right now. Right now we will be talking about this called callback function. So I'm telling it when the user hits this URL, please apply what is inside this callback function. So show the user, take action, show the user what's inside this function. I'm using callback function, and in that callback function, I'm returning a view, and that view is welcome. And I said before, if I'm gonna return a view, it's enough just to mention the first name, which is welcome, the name of the view, which is welcome. So, and also I said we can change the view, and if we change the view, you can see that instead of this is our welcome page, which is welcome, we can just make it home. So if we refresh it, this is the home page. Well, it's worth noting also, guys, it can take something else also. So it can take, as example, string, and this is a string, okay? So it's just worth mentioning that we can do this also. If we refresh the page, you can see that we have here, this is a string. So we can return anything basically here, and it will take it. But for, there is no point of returning a string. So this is what route, guys, in short terms. So I just want you to understand that we have a URL, and when the user calls that URL, we will have an action. That action, it will be what decides what the user should see in the front end. So let's go back again here, and sorry, not here. Let's go just say /about. We have another link, but we don't have route for that link. If we click enter, it will show us 404 because obviously we don't have a route for that. So let's just go down and make it together. So we start with route, as you can see, and then colon, and then we choose the method here, guys. So the method, we will be using it, of course, and then we have URL and action, right? So the URL, I'm telling my application, if the user hit the URL called about, please just show them the following. So we will be using function, and that function, I'm just writing everything for you guys so you can see it and understand everything. And now we will return a view, okay? Let's first return something. It's not a view. Let's return a string, okay? Let's return a string. This is the about string. And if we just this comma here, so we can get rid of the error. Refresh this page now. Now we have unexpected end of file. Okay, yeah, of course. We have to use this. And if we do refresh, you see, this is the about string. So now this about link, which is the link called about. So the user asked to visit this link. Our application realized through the route what the user wanted, which is visiting about link. So it checked what is the action, what should I do. In this case, the action, as stated by the developer, please return this string for the user when he hit this link. It's simple. When the user hits this link, please return this line. So let's just change it a little bit and make it more. Let's make something that makes sense. So let's assume that we have a view called about, and this view is called about. Let's create this. Let's create this view together, which is HTML and CSS. So about dot blade dot php. We created this about page. So let's just put something here. Sorry. I don't know, I keep jumping down. I have no idea why this is happening, but let's do it together again. So we have it here, guys, as you can see. And this is the about page. Let's just make h1 about us. And let's make paragraph, which is lorem, anything. And now if we just refresh the page here, as you can see, we have the page returned. So hope that, guys, makes sense to you. You see here, we said when the user visits this page, which is about page, please just return the view called about, which is the view we just made together. Okay, so in this case, we have basic understanding of what routes are. What left for me to talk about right now, the other methods. So we said we have get. Also, we have, guys, post. So what left for me to talk about, which is post. Okay, then we have of course we have get, post, we have patch, and also we have patch, we have, I believe, put, and we also have delete. So if you worked with PHP before, you know that post, when I wanna save something to the database, as example, when a user submit a form, the data that the user submit will be saved to the database through post method. Get, we just use it right here. Patch and put are almost the same, which is to update something in the database, some column. Delete is to delete something from the database. Hope, guys, you find this video useful. In the next video, we'll be talking about routes also, but more advanced topic about routes, which is grouping, prefix, and stuff like this. So till next video, see you.